I want to get paid and I want to be protected in new media. And that's why I'm voting no on this contract. Now, it's true, there are provisions made in this contract for residuals in new media. Let's take a look at that. Now, if my work is pre-1974 television or pre-1971 movies shown on the internet, I don't get residuals.
This agreement, this new agreement, gives away our residuals for film prior 1971 and for television prior to 1974. Now, they're just giving that away. No one asked me, no one asked my agent if this was okay. So it's really odd that Screen Actors Guild would presume they could do that.
Young actors may not care about these things that we old folks care about. And they say, I just want to work. And you know what? We understand that too. We all want to work. But the thing is, there may come a time when your residuals are all that you have to keep food on your table and a roof over your heads. We need you to think about that when you vote on this contract.
So where do I get residuals? Here's where. If I'm in a production made for television and moved over to new media, after 17 to 24 days of free, unlimited streaming, I, as a day player, will receive $24 for the next 6 months streaming. $24. Hey, it's dinner at Dennis.
All these little details, it's 42 pages long, guys. There's a lot of fine print in 42 pages, and I believe that our friends on the other side, as much as I respect their opinion, haven't done their homework. I don't think they truly understand the nature of this deal. They've asked for talking points, they've been given a few nice sounding things, and they've bought it hook, line, and sinker. We don't want to take our producers' places, we don't want their share, but when we ask for 1% of the money that they're going to make, in other words, we want to share your risk. If you don't know what you're going to make in new media, that's fine. We don't either, and we will risk with you. If you don't make money, we don't make money. But they refuse to do that because the pattern is simple. Okay? Play dead, play like you're about to, your doors are about to close. There's no way that this economy can sustain us if we get a valid contract. And then once they get the contract they want, all the money, all the resources are going to shift into that area where we don't have protection. It's happened before with cable, it's happened before with VHS, it's happened before with DVD.
It's been argued that our downloadable fee is going to be double what we get for DVDs. Let's take a look at that. The formula for DVDs was 1% shared amongst the entire cast. So now we're talking about 2% shared amongst the entire cast. The average cost of a downloadable product on the internet, $3. That comes to approximately 6 cents. 6 cents shared amongst the entire cast.
This new media stuff, this contract, you guys, we can do better. We can. Vote no. It's just not fair. I mean, as much as I love to entertain my friends for free, in my personal life, which I do all the time, I adore it. It's not fair to entertain people for free. I say, if the producers are seeing a profit, then we should see a profit. We should see a fair percentage of that profit. It's work that we do. We happen to be actors, but it's bona fide work. And we deserve to be paid for it.
I also want to be protected in new media. And that's why I'm voting no on this contract. Let's look at protections. If my product is made for under $15,000 a minute, remember the average is between $2,500 and $5,000. If my product is made for less than $15,000 a minute, it doesn't have to be union. I, as a producer, can hire an entirely non-union cast. But if I hire just one actor, one union actor, then the entire production goes union. So what am I going to do as a producer? Am I going to go seeking out that one union actor that can turn my entire production union? Or am I going to take advantage of this growing pool of talent from the reality and scripted reality world, kids coming in from out of town, non-union? Aren't I going to take advantage of them, put them into my productions? We know that they attract eyeballs. The audience loves to watch these kids. So I have a non-union show.
The folks that want us to give it away, the folks that want us to vote yes tell us that there's no jurisdiction in new media, that we're not covered. Well, as I read the 2005 agreement, which we're still working under, it says motion pictures and television, whether made on or by film, tape, or otherwise, and whether produced by means of motion picture cameras, electronic cameras or devices, tape devices, or any combination of the aforementioned or any other means, methods, or devices now used or which may be hereafter adopted. Folks, this is the contract we're working under now. What the AMPTP wants to do is roll back. They've agreed to this already. It's here, but we're not standing up for it? Come on. Come on.
In 1984, he turned over his control of his name and likeness to my brother and sister and me because he knew we would protect it and keep him from ending up on ashtrays and coffee mugs, as he said it.
I keep hearing from the Vote Yes people that we're working without a contract. Let's get back to work. Well, that's patently untrue. The fact is we're working under the 2005 contract. Now, you might say that that's expired or it's not a good contract. We're losing millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. But what that contract doesn't do is give away our right to consent.
The Screen Actors Guild has helped all of us for decades to keep our names and likenesses under control. But now, because of a clause in this new voting guide, I'd like to read it to you. No more automatic consent required for employers to use or distribute clips of your work or image in new media.
So they put in front of us a deal that basically guts the purpose of our union. Why have a union if you can't have protections that have been there for 75 years? Force majeure, the ability the consent for your clip, for your image. These things are sacred to not only us, but our family. You know, people who are going to be here and live off of this when we die. So we want to take care of our kids and we want to take care of our legacy, but no, this is all being taken away.
The bottom line of all this is that you can end up in places you don't want to be. Let's say you're a dyed-in-the-wool Republican. Your clip could end up in a Democratic campaign without your consent. You could end up endorsing products that you don't want to endorse. It's pretty scary.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would please ask you to read the agreements, to read the voting instructions, read the pro and the con on the voting instructions. That's very clear. And I'm sure that taking time to do that, you will understand. And vote with me, a good, strong, solid no.
Pension and health. I need health care. I will need health care. That's something, I'm not a big worrier. So far I've qualified, but you know, we signed yes on this contract. We're not going to qualify. And that's just basically the truth. That's just the truth in black and white. I urge you to vote no too. We can do better than this. We deserve better. We do. Thanks.
Protect your name. Protect your work. Protect your legacy. Because in the end, they may be all you have.
I want to be protected in new media, and that's why I'm voting no on this contract.
Don't be duped. Don't be swayed by those who use fear and intimidation. You know what? We all want to be liked, but I'd rather be able to feed myself and my family.